Seems like this is a hangar for tanks and armored cars. It's kind of staggering to see so many of them lined up in one place. Okay, Imperial Army Base, Sky Fortress, Freight Platform, und Elliot. I'm not looking forward to this. You've never seen any military exercise before, right, Reen? Yeah, it'll be my first time. I take you have them? Yeah, my dad showed me one the last time he brought me out here. He really does want me to join the military, but I really don't think I'll ever be suited for it the way he is. I get where you're coming from. The more I hear about this, the more curious I get. I'm not entirely sure to be seeing so many 18s lined up like this. The Rainford company makes these, don't they? Unfortunately so. I'm sure they'll be using them for this military exercise too. As far as I can tell, they'll be pitted against the other automated models. That sounds pretty brutal. The older tanks won't stand a chance. Well, that's kind of the point. They want to show off just how easily the 18s can dominate them. Well, you don't get the chance to go easy on, eyes on with stuff every day. I'll take the opportunity to see for myself just how competent they are. That's just like her. So... Gehen wir da runter. Und blinded for a second. Wow! There's a train. Can't believe the size of this place. Oh, given that uniform, you must be one of the students from Thor's. Feel free to look around all you like, but try to stay out of our way. We're all incredibly busy at the moment. So if you don't mind, I'd ask you to make your way to the corridor over there instead of hanging around here. Understood, thank you very much. Might as well head over there. Corridor? Meow. This place is fucking huge. Gaius, Justus, my guys! Gaius, are you okay? I'm just kind of shocked by how different the atmosphere is here from Thundergate. Well, it's a major military base right on the border of Crossbow. Never imagined it'd be quite this big, though. I suppose it's such a departure from Thundergate that I can hardly believe that this is the same military. Although perhaps this is the true face of the Imperial Army. This fortress is the very definition of oversized, and that's ignoring the excessive display of military power. I imagine that posturing is meant to show the Kreuz and provincial army that they could crush them on a whim. I forgot what this place probably means to you and your family. I suppose. While I don't agree with my father's actions, I can't say I'm comfortable with this fortress presence either. In fact, I find it hard to believe that anyone could sleep peacefully near a fortress like this. Yay. Hi, William. Aw, I guess you can't see it from here after all. We'd be able to see it from where the railway guns are, but they don't get mad if I get too close to them. What are you up to now, William? You know that huge Orcus Tower where they're holding a trade conference? I'm trying to get a good view of that. Oh yeah, they mentioned it in the Imperial Chronicle and on the radio. Can you actually see it from all the way over here? That'd be incredible. Would I ever lie to you? I wish I could have gone with Gramps instead, being stuck on some stupid field study. But you joined Class 7 then! Speaking of which, they're going to be holding the keynote session here tomorrow. I wonder what they'll be talking about during that. Most people thinking it's just so they can decide on finance rules and stuff for Western Simuria. But I think it's really gonna end up being about who Crossbow belongs to. Knowing Gramps, he might have even tried to get Crossbow to become part of Erebonia. Seriously. And the prince is gonna be there too, so he probably just tried to shake everybody up a bit. Yeah. Unbelievable. Tower's there too though, so here's hoping things go well. I mean, we do have today... Genau, heute ist der Tag, an dem wir Olivier verfolgen müssen. The best quest in the entire game. Okay, I'm not allowed to. Okay, gehen wir zurück nach der anderen Seite. So. Und noch die Freight-Plattform. Dann haben wir alles angeguckt. Truhe! Hallo? Meins! I can't get to the treasure chest! I want a treasure chest! Give me the... Come on! How to get there? Storage floor. Okay. I'll get the treasure chest. I'll get it. Command area. I'm not allowed to. This bulletin is to inform all 4 students that preparations for today's military exercise are now complete. Please assemble in the hangar immediately. The transport is standing by. I repeat. This Instructor Neidhart. The time must have passed more quickly than I thought. I suppose I should stop making my way toward the hangar. Maybe I'll run to the others on my way. Yeah, but where's the hangar? There's a motor pool. We boarded the armored cars and set off towards the proving ground. Yeah. It's a little small, ain't it? The inside of the armored cars were narrow and cramped, and the smell of machine oil hung in the musty air. The cars shook and rattled over the uneven ground, tumbling us around like an iron coffin of wheels. Eventually, after doing 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, unable to even speak out at the scenery, we finally arrived at Guerrilla Fortress military proving grounds. Wow, 18 main battle tanks. There are plenty of all the model tanks out there too. It even looks like they have airships here. Oh yeah, like the ones we saw in Nord. Welcome. Oh. So that's Alia's dad. But I don't see the family resemblance. Looks like the hair made the jump from father to son though. Reporting Lieutenant General. Very good, Neidhart. Ah, Instructor Wellstein. I believe, pleased to meet you. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Craig. Allow me to extend my deepest thanks for agreeing to cooperate with us for the Academy's curriculum today. I think nothing of it. Many of these fine youngsters may one day hold positions in the Imperial Army after all. Besides, I owe a lot of to General Van Dyck. And these must be... what a piercing stare. This is Craig the Red. Elliot, my boy, it's good to see you again. Huh? It must be half a year now since I last saw you. How have you been? It's a sharp-looking uniform you've got too. I've seen the photos, but it looks even better on you in person. Dad, come on. Oh, you've still got a lot of way to go if you want to put on some real muscle. There's a part of me that hopes you'll stay my little cherub forever. But you're a man of Erebonia, and the man of Empire must be strong, stout, and ready for action. It was for your own good as a man that I held back my tears and enrolled you in the military academy. Dad, I can't breathe. I feel like everything I've been told about him was a lie. There do seem to be some difference from the stories. You kidding me? Seems like a cool guy. What a delightful commanding officer you have, Major. Words fail me. Dad, knock it off. I'll tell Fiona. I'm moving right along. I am Lieutenant General Olaf Craig, commander of the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I've been entrusted with the role of overseeing today's joint military exercise. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Likewise, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. You've got one heck of a dad, Elliot. Believe me, I feel it in the bones. Now let me give you a brief rundown of what will be happening. The exercise will consist of a simulated battle conducted by 2 of our armored divisions. Armored Regiment at the Formation Center, infantry, armored cars, and airships will work in tandem, using their maneuverability to the fullest to obliterate the targets. As our targets today, I will be using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. Autopilot functionality will allow them to evade and return fire, but they've only been armed with paint bullets. However, all other regiments taking part in today's exercise have been equipped with live ammunition. So intend to actually destroy the other tanks. It would hardly be a live fire exercise if you didn't. The current time is 1400, right on schedule. Well, we'll now begin today's joint military exercise. Armored Divisions 4 and 5 commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire and the Imperial Army. Begin! Yes, sir! Fifth Armored Division's Armored Regiment will advance first. Armored Car Regiment and Infantry Regiment follow their lead. 4th Armored Division, Armored Regiment and Infantry Regiment advance together. Armored Car Regiment deployed to the left and right. It's certainly potent. So this is the kind of firepower it takes to fight a modern war. They say those tanks are called Achtzehns. Yeah, they're the type of main battle tank the Rainford company developed 2 years ago. I've seen the spec sheets, but seeing their power firsthand tells you what numbers and decimal points don't. They might be the strongest heavy tanks on the continent, and the Imperial Army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings, huh? It's kinda crazy. You try fighting things like these head on, you won't stand a chance. It's a truth for our own nation as it is for others. I just can't get used to this. Just the sound of the artillery firing is enough to make me start shaking. I don't think that's something you should get used to. I mean, if the sound of guns and warfare ever stopped bothering you, I'd be worried. Marine. Guess there's another kind of strength. Thus, the military exercise came to an end. The 4th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, withdrew to an encampment near the fortress. Meanwhile, we returned to the fortress, where Major Neidhart outlined the results of the training exercise. And after that... Sorry you had to wait for us to finish. Don't worry about it, we're good guests here after all. Thanks for your consideration. At the very least, I'd say dinner's a million times better than lunch was. I mean, it's hashed beef day. That's Imperial Army tradition, isn't it? Ooh, just the smell's making me hungry. Oh yeah, where'd your instructor go? She's a real looker. I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her. She went to see the fortress commander with Instructor Neidhart. She did ask us to wait to eat without her tonight. Alright, well, if she's with Major Neidhart, it's hard to compete with those guys from the 4th Armored Division. It'd be enough if they just had Craig the Rat, but they've got the Major too, and he's kinda scary. Like a division of muscle men. Anyway, we shouldn't keep you tied up any longer. Your hash beef's gonna go cold. See you tomorrow, guys. Wow, it's actually delicious. It's like night and day compared to what we had for lunch. You're telling me. Ah, come on, guys. What's with all the gloomy faces? You think you guys might have had a bit too rosy of an outlook? What were you expecting to see out there? I'm sure you can understand at least a little how we feel. In fact, has everything we've learned in our time at the academy been for nothing? Academics, the arts, individual skill in combat? None of those matter in the slightest in real warfare, do they? It's true. If all you're looking to do is fight at a war, you don't need any of those. All you need is plenty of troops at your command, the latest weaponry and overwhelming firepower. Assuming you know the tactics to use them well and the strategy that deploys them effectively, I suppose. The Achtzehns are even more powerful than I was expecting them to be too. I remember my mother boasting about their capabilities when she was trying to sell them to the army 2 years ago, but... to be honest, I'm feeling somewhat disheartened as well. I can't see there being a place for swords on the battlefield with weapons like those on the front lines. Well, I don't think that means individual combat skill doesn't matter at all. Still, I think maybe we've been misunderstanding something important all this time. What we saw in that military exercise today was power in its purest form. It has no morality of its own. It exists to bring about a result regardless of the ideals or principles of those who wield it. That's true. In a sense, the same could be said of a sword or a gun, and all that way up to something as huge as riding guns too. I think I finally understand what they want us to watch that military exercise in the first place. They could have taught us in a less roundabout fashion. Well, looks like you didn't wait for me to start a party. Instructor Sarah? So you spoke with the commander. Sure did. I've got her up-to-date info on the trade conference too. As well as the latest on the terrorists. So there's news information about the Imperial Liberation Front? Anyway, before I get to that, let me explain what you'll be doing tomorrow. In the morning, you're scheduled to participate in the Imperial Army's physical fitness training. Poor Elliot. In the afternoon, you will be attending a special lecture while I bring you up to speed on that info I just mentioned. After that, you've been granted special permission to view the railway guns. I see. Looking forward to that. Sounds like we've got a pretty packed schedule. Well, we did bring you all the way out here, so we might as well make the most of it. Every nation possesses power in the form of a military, whether that military is large or small. Guerrilla Fortress just happens to have that power in a very striking, easy-to-understand form. As students of a military academy, you have an obligation to know the scale of the power. The Empire of Erebonia wields at present, a power you might one day be in charge of yourself. What? Anyway, even a meeting that long couldn't keep me away from trying the famous hash beef rice. I find it's the only decent food they have around here, so I've been looking forward to this all day. We should probably finish eating. Yeah, though it's gotten a bit cold now. Maybe I'll go ask for seconds. Oh, users, if you don't want the rest of yours, can I have it? I'd sooner throw it away than give it to you. Yeah. Those two make the perfect pair, don't they? Considering cold steel diamond fear, yeah, they do make the perfect pair. Okay, that should do it. Alright, it covers today's quota. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a nice long bath. Well, you know, every time there's a military exercise coming up, the workload gets pretty crazy like this. Still, at least managing inventory has gotten a lot easier thanks to the OrbitNet. They've got everything cooked up in a network over in Crossbow, right? Wish the Empire would get on that a bit more. Think of the utility. Well, from the sound of it, you need special equipment to send signals through a wired connection to make use of it. And considering the size of the Empire, it's probably going to be quite a while before it's a widespread thing here. Huh? An orb mail? Looks like it's from HQ. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! This right here is the problem with the OrbitNet. There's no such thing as off hours when they can just send you orders round the clock. Huh? What's going on? So get this, they're planning on doing some extra exercise tomorrow. That means we've got to order 20 18s of C units by tomorrow. 20! Seriously? Might as well start up another pot of coffee, but not for an all-nighter for sure. Do you even have that many C units left? Actually, another lot come by Friday just this evening. Exactly 20 if you can believe it. Guess we'll just have to get it done. Crap, at least let us take a shower. I'm gonna head down to the mess hall and grab some snacks. You want anything? Okay. At least after what seemed like enough adventure to fill a week, we reached the final day of our field study. Up on Crossbow State, they were busy preparing for today's keynote session at the trade conference. We spent the morning running through the Imperial Army's physical fitness program alongside some of the soldiers. And after completing it, no easy task I might add, we sat down at lukewarm redux of yesterday's lunch. This afternoon, during a special military science lecture, we were presented with a confidential report on terrorists. The Imperial Liberation Front is in Crossbow? That's right, or at least that's what the Intelligence Division believes. It looks like a known terrorist organization from the Cavalry Republic has turned up at Crossbow too. The situation over there is pretty touch and go right now. Oh no, what are the authorities doing? Everything they can, naturally. However, operations are being handled solely by the Intelligence Division. They refuse to tell the Imperial Army anything, just that they have a trusted ally taking care of things. Yeah, bloodbath. But who does the Intelligence Division trust? You've gotta know something about this, right, Shotstack? Well, I do, but I can't really tell you anything. I guess it's not a breach of confidentiality to tell you they're a really strong bunch, though. The Jaegers. They're still pretty vague. I've got a few ideas. Anyway, there's not much point in us worrying about that right now. If the bigger issue is that our terrorists of the hour, the Imperial Liberation Front, are a bigger crew than we thought. Big enough to be in possession of a state-of-the-art military airship, at least. Seriously? An airship? Can we assume reinforce the manufacturer then? Correct, just how something that large finds its way into the hands of insurgents is currently unknown. But it seems to be a high-speed model different from the heavily armored types available by the Imperial Army. I bet it's from the RF-26 series. There are a number of different models within that series though. But if they have an airship, that means they're going to be a whole lot more difficult to catch, doesn't it? That's exactly what it means. It's basically impossible to keep tabs on them as it is. Without an airship in their possession, there's no telling when or where they pop up next. That's quite worrying, especially since Prince Oliver is attending the conference. And Toast and Crossbow right now too. Yeah, damn, now got me worrying. Aww, take it easy, I don't think you have anything to worry about with Crampton Decked over there. Well, that aside, if the terrorist attention is currently focused on Crossbow, does that mean the Empire is effectively safe right now? You raised a good point, Laura. They did target Princess Alphen during the Summer Festival last month. It's possible it's just a feint, maybe they would just want us to believe they're targeting the Chancellor. The Royal Military Police thought so too, which is why they've increased the security level here at home. The Emperor and everyone else connected to the Imperial family should be safe. They've also beefed up security anywhere that seems short-handed. As well as well prepared as ever, I see. At any rate, you finally uncovered some information on the terrorists' identities, correct? That's right, though once again we have the intelligence division to thank for that. Return your attention to the screen, please. And now that face, gee! That's the man who kidnapped Princess Alpha and Elise and Heimdall. Not to mention that he tried to start a war with covered in the North Highlands. So, who is he? His full name is Michael Gideon. Michael. He used to be an assistant professor at the Imperial Academy in Heimdall. He did? That man? Teacher? So an academic. Right, his focus was political philosophy. 3 years ago he was dismissed from his position due to his intense criticism of Chancellor Osborne's hardline policies. Oh. So getting laid off set him off the road to terrorism? Well, it sounds like the actual reason he was let go is because he was handing out tracts and flyers in public. You find these kinds of idealists at the heart of most terrorist groups, though. And seeding a group with the core ideology they twisted to be even more militant and radical. You can't even reason with them either. Yeah, they just don't know when to give up. Sounds like some other groups I know. So do we know anything about the others? We crossed paths of what we can only assume by the 3 other key members last month in Heimdall. Yes, S, V, and C. It seems like they haven't been able to dig up much in those 3 yet. The strongest lead right now is that V may have belonged to a Jaeger Corps. Interesting. He was toting around his machine gun. It looked like it should have been mounted to a vehicle. Do you see him all familiar to you, V? Not really. They're working on narrowing down the identity of S2, but it's too early to make any informed statements. The real unknown is their leader, C. The one in the visored helmet. I heard he was able to go toe-to-toe with Reen, Laura, and V simultaneously. I almost find it hard to believe. I don't. I imagine there were plenty of people in the Empire who could do so. It goes without saying that the Ray and Blade Master could fend 3 of us off without much of a problem. But I'd bet good Mira Instructor Sarah and Major Nightheart could do it too. Can't say for certain. Ha! Look at Mr. Modesty over there. The Major here is widely held to be one of the strongest up-and-coming officers in the entire army. I've heard people mention him right alongside Major Vanda. Laying it on a little thick today, aren't we? Going by the family name, it seems safe to assume he's a practitioner of the Vanda style of swordsmanship. No doubt a relative of Lieutenant General Vanda from Center Gate. While I would question whether I can stand on equal footing with him, Major Vanda is unquestionably strong. He is! He was my classmate during my military academy years and quite close to Prince Oliver as well. In fact, he's in Crossbow right now, serving as the prince's bodyguard. Whoa! Well, that's reassuring to know. Yeah, but he also, again, has a little problem with Olivier. But getting back to the point, it's not just C. We still know very little about the group as a whole. Even the source of funding is a mystery, so even if there are no shown Crossbow, I doubt we've heard a lot of them. And call it coincidence or fate, but you've put the kibosh on the schemes twice now. It's entirely possible they've come to hold a personal grudge against you, so be careful. Right. Yeah, we'd be sure to keep that in mind. Eventually, the afternoon series of special lectures came to an end. It was finally time to get a peek at Guerrilla Fortress and famous railway guns. You'll now be shown around the area where the railway guns are housed. All of what you're about to see is highly classified. I presume you're aware of the protocol surrounding confidential intel? Yes, Instructor. I'm getting kind of nervous. Me too. Guys, it's just the railway guns. I've seen them before. There's nothing to get all excited over. Orion, this part of the field study isn't mandatory for you. If you'd like to stay here and wait for us, that'd be more than okay. Jeez, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be the only one left behind. Honestly. Excuse me a moment. This is Nightheart speaking? Yes, hello, Commander Walter. Wait, Mila wants to speak to me? Of course, put him through. What could you possibly be calling about at a time like this? What? What's happening? Huh? Is he taking a call from someone outside the fortress on his Arcus? She looks that way. Understood. We'll be on alert here as well. Yes, right. Take care out there. Did something happen in Crossbow? I'm afraid so. A short while ago, the skyscraper where the conference is taking place came under attack by Imperial Liberation Front. The attack was carried out via airship. Fortunately, they were able to repel the terrorists and Prince Oliver, Chancellor Osborne, and the others are unharmed. However, it's too early to tell if the danger has truly passed. Tch, they really did attack the conference. How foolish. But that's not all, is it? Something else strange happened. What was it? The terrorists were somehow able to gain access to the orbital net and manipulate the shutters that partitioned the building. Furthermore, they had with them a force of mechanical monsters. I don't like the sound of that. You found something like that in the ground, right? Yeah, we ran to one of the highway there, and he broke into the orbital net. Major, how much of Guerrilla Fortress is connected to the network? At present, it's only used for inventory and equipment management by the maintenance staff. What was that? A tremor? It came from the right below us. Below? The hangar! What the hell? The 18th! What happened here? They just started moving. No one's inside. They just started moving on their own. Did the C unit start not functioning? No, they couldn't have. What's a C unit? It's an automatic control unit we put on vehicles that are going to serve as targets in military exercise. How did C units end up attached to our most advanced tanks? This is really bad. Ugh. I'm going to assess the situation. I need you here to help fight the flyers and assist the injured maintenance staff. Yes, sir. Please be careful out there. And now we're back at Guerrilla Fortress at the beginning of the game. This is crazy. Hold a minute, are automatic control systems really capable of the level of advanced maneuvering? No, they're definitely not. Our current technology isn't capable of anything nearly this advanced. But if we were to apply the tech used in the archaisms, it suddenly becomes a whole lot more possible. Instructor, are you saying that society might be involved in this? I'd say it's looking more likely by the minute. What are they? Is this the proving ground we visited yesterday out that way? Just what are they planning? What in ages' name is going on here? Why are the unmanned tanks roving around blasting the hell out of this place on their own? Well, it seems that last night headquarters sent an order to the engineers to build those tanks with C units. Preposterous, I gave no such order. But never mind that. Right now we need to focus on extinguishing the fires and quell the confusion. I sent a request for assistance to the 4th Armored Division. What should we do? I can't see us being able to catch up with them without a horse at the very least. But what's their goal? What are they trying to accomplish here? Whatever it is, they definitely have some kind of game plan. We can't just stand aside and do nothing. Leave this to us. Isn't that dead? He's riding on a tank. Why not? This is aura forming. He's riding on a fucking tank. General, HQ apprised me of the situation. Leave these rogue tanks to us. We can't rule out the possibility that they are a diversion. I want you all to stay here. Understood, sir. Thank you, General. Be careful, Dad. Oh, you too, Elliot. 4th Armored Division, advance. Take out those out-of-control tanks by any means necessary. Our opponents are unmanned. There's no need to hold back. Yes, General. Wow, that's really something else, Elliot. Hey, I admit, he is pretty cool when he takes charge like that. Well, it seems we no longer need to worry about those tanks, at least. But what are they after? That's the question of the hour, isn't it? We can't let our guard down just yet. But I suggest we fall back to the fortress, Major. A prudent move after we assess the level of damage inside. Hey, aren't those... What in the... The Imperial Liberation Front. Wow, there's 2 of them. There's no way we could have known they had another force lying in wait. Ah! The hangar!
Do they seriously think they could reach an impregnable fortress?
They're just terrorists! Wipe them out! Right back at you!
No, they're dead. Of course they have archaisms. Why not?
Alright! Let's get this party started then!
Yeah,
We're
Patrick,
headed straight
please.
for the left railway gun. If anyone gets in our way, fill them full of holes!
Of course.
Yeah!
What's the Imperial Liberation Front doing here?
I thought they were in Crossbell.
Well, that is the main attraction. They sure didn't put up much of a fight, did they? Our mission is to support Comrade G over in Crossbell. Our target is the right railway gun. Let's show him some beautiful fireworks, shall we?
Yes, ma'am!
Oh, They're going for both the left and the right wing. Shit! It's the railway guns they're after? No. Are they gonna fight them at the trade conference where the Chancellor is? If a shot from one of the railway guns hit the building, it blow up the place to smithereens. So that's what they're after. The situation has escalated far beyond the scope of your field study. I want you all to stand by here. No way. We can't just stand idle while these insurgent tanks are amok. If you want to take us with you, then we'll take action ourselves. Look, time wants luxury we don't have. Think it's best to have them help us. Listen up, we're going back into the fortress. Group A and B, you're with me. Let's do this. Yep.
It's no use! We can't even scratch them! What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division! We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig!
And he's here. He's here. Ready to help. Now we're back at the beginning of the game.
This is awful. What happened here?
But there's 10 crown million of us.
Terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along. Which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't!
They
How
won't.
low can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
This does look kinda bad.
Understatement of the year.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left. We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Reen's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
Right.
I'm not about to let those
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Reen, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you.
Yes, sir! All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Understood!
What was this? First link. Nice! But not today. Nice. Wie auch sagen, was das heute mit Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trace of Cold Steel. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann, Leute. Ciao!